Okay, so I was thinking of doing some simple color kind of tutorials, and it's something very basic. It's literally just taking one color of your choosing, and white and black, and just looking at all the tones or some very simple tones you can make with one color, with a certain distribution of white and black added to it. Now, I think any learner, amateur artist or professional, you can sort of always learn more about colour and just maybe describing the nuances of one colour. And I think so many artists get so bogged down with lots of different colours and too concerned with creating scenes and representational art which has lots of colour, but they don't kind of cherish or understand maybe the nuance of just one colour and try to master shades and things like that. I mean, all the paints you can get, and obviously all that, but a lot of the time I think it's best to create colour, mix colour, and learn to mix colours as opposed to just getting them straight from the tube. With primaries, I mean, I've used a primary colour, yellow. I think it's better if you do this exercise with a primary like a blue or a red, and then in the following video we'll be doing the complementary colours of these tones, which will be purple in this instance. Whatever your complementary colour will be changed, whichever you've chosen. So let's start. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to create 6 colours, and they're all going to be yellow or yellow inspired, very kind of yellow in tone, but they're all going to be different in the sense of the top ones are going to be warm, as in they're not going to have any black in it, and the bottom ones are going to have more black in, and they're going to cool it down, turn it into a slightly greeny shade. And this is really good to desaturate a tone, good for backgrounds and things like that. So we're going to start off on this top right hand corner, and we're going to add just white and a little bit of yellow, and we create a really nice light yellow. So you notice that's mostly white. I've added more white there than yellow. That's kind of a banana-y colour you want. A very bright colour, you get a little bit of yellow back in there, get a bit more intensity. But something like that, a very light yellow. Now what we're going to do, we've got this other piece of paper. You can get acrylic paper or canvas or anything you want to experiment on. And when you make a sort of a note of a colour you like, just make a little score, a little white sort of square score in the corner of the white paper there. And then you've got like a note of it, and you can see the colour change. And then what you're going to do, you're going to go slowly to the next stage over here, and what you're going to do is you can take a good amount of yellow and you're going to mix that in, and then go back to the white. And what you're going to do is create a more mid-tone yellow, which is still going to be lighter than the original yellow, but you've taken a hell of a lot more yellow this time, and it's stronger in the colour in the sense of, so it's bright and there's more yellow, cadmium yellow within it. And then we're just going to use that colour and put that next to our original, and already you can see a huge jump in tone there. You can just see that there. And there is a distinguishable jump there, so that's brilliant. And then we're going to go again onto this left hand side, but this time I'm just going to maybe wipe the brush. You don't want to take too much of that white across, and you're just going to go primarily into the yellow, and you can maybe take a little bit of that across there. I try to stay away from using colours directly from the tube. I'm always trying to mix it with a bit of white or a bit of something else, create more of an interesting colour. So this will end up as slightly different to the original yellow, but it's quite a deep yellow this, and then we're going to use that, and you can see that next to those previous 2 yellows, how that's made a huge impact, complete difference to the first 2. But notice they're all warm. I think that's the point of the exercise. They're all warm colours, because I haven't cooled it with anything like a black, which I will do, or a blue or a green or any of those other cooler colours. You can add to slightly cool it, and it's all about the ratio, how much you add to cool a colour. And it's important to know how to cool colours, because if you're doing representational art, if you want something to go further into the distance, or you're creating a portrait or something, you're going around the head, the sort of scalp, or going around the back of the head to the jaw or the ear, they're naturally going to be cooler tones compared to the cheeks and the nose, which are going to be naturally warmer colours because they're coming forward and they're more fleshy. So it's really important to know the basics of how colours work. So you could quite easily, with this demonstration, do a portrait just in yellow, using the tones alone to create 3 dimensions. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to that last section down the bottom, and we are going to add black this time. Right, so we're going to start the lightest shade again here on the right hand side, white, bit of yellow. So we're going to have something very similar to what we had originally up here, but we are going to add a little bit of black this time. So I'm just going to get a bit more white, a bit more yellow, and then the black. So notice I'm just using the edge, clipping the edge of the black, because the black is very strong and it will distort your colour rapidly if you add too much. Okay. Just a bit more white there. And then already what we've got a very light colour, but it's dull in the sense of it's been cooled down. I'm going to put that next to the original, and you can see the complete difference. It's completely greyed and desaturated, but it's still quite light in the sense there's lots of white in it. And it can be used as a bright colour. If it was a moody, cloudy landscape, you still use it as part of the lighter tones in the sky, especially in the distance. And it would work well with these other yellows. So we're going to work again into this next stage. And what we're going to do this time, we're just going to add more yellow again, stronger yellow, bit of white, and then a bit more black again. So this is a really nice colour. A bit more yellow in there. So it's a nice colour because it's still yellow, but it's been influenced so much by the black. It's completely changed the tone completely of the yellow, and then you can see that down there. You can see how different that is to the original brighter yellow up the top there. See that? You can just about see that. Good. And then already we've got a lovely selection palette of yellows to use, and we're just going to tackle that last one, which again, because we're going from light to dark, you don't have to necessarily wipe your brush. If you've got an excess of paint, maybe just wipe it a little bit. And then we're going to go to that last section, and we are going to start with the black there and the yellow. And we aren't going to be using as much white, probably just the white that's on the brush anyway. And already that's a perfect colour, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a bit darker, a bit more yellow, a bit more intense. And then that will work as that last colour over there. And that even goes into a slightly greeny colour, but it's still very yellow. So there you go, so we've got 6 colours. Now, the complementary of these colours are purple, and what I'm going to be doing, I'm doing the same thing, another video with purple colours. Probably with this, we might just use a violet, a deep violet or something. And we'll just show a range of purples, and then we'll start to look at how they work together. And this is very important to have that spare bit of paper, because then what I would like you to do is take your selection of purples and yellows and put them together and see which colours match well. Now, usually the more saturated colour, whether it be the yellow on this side, these more saturated yellows, these more dulled down. The more saturated complementary colour will go with a desaturated complementary colour, that being the purple. So if I did desaturated purple, that will go nice with these brighter yellows, and vice versa. If we had a saturated purple, that will go nice with the dull yellow, maybe as a background. If we were doing a still life or landscape or anything like that, those colours would work nicely with each other. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video and we're going to do some purple colours. Thank you.